I think I'm really just taking the good things that I've learned, the good things that I've experienced, and transforming that into something bigger. And I truly feel like I have a bigger mission to help women. I feel like this is where I am supposed to be. I really do.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our 2013 Top Elite Partner of the Year, Tasha.
Before we get started, for the lawyers, everything that I am sharing in this video is based on my own personal experiences, thoughts, and feelings. These are my interpretations of events as I have lived through them. My intention is to share my story honestly and respectfully without naming names or placing blame. This is simply my journey, and I hope it helps others who may relate in some way. Honestly, them announcing the end of the network, it was devastating for people. It was such a good day for me. I have friends that I did network marketing with, and I don't, like, real friends that I still talk to. I know how hard this was for a lot of people. For me, I finally felt like I was free. I finally felt like I was able to do what I wanted to do without any eyeballs on me, without people turning me in, without people asking me questions of why I'm doing what. I finally felt like I get to be me again. And it's so interesting. I mean, I did a couple live videos on my Instagram after this, and I had so many people be like, Tasha's back. Like, I feel like you haven't been yourself in a while. Like, people saw it, and I knew people saw it, and it feels good to be back. So the day that they announced the changes that we would now be an affiliate model. So essentially what that means is, like, the network, if you have a team, if you have customers, all of that's going away.
So half the business.
Well, the sales leg of that business. So in theory, I'm like, that's not really that bad of a thing, except we didn't get to keep our customers. Cause I'm like, man, if I'm just going to get paid for my customers, like, that's how I built my business in the first place. Like, cool. That's not a big deal for me.
Sorry, they erased your customer base?
Yes, they took all of our customers because we never owned our customers. They took all of them, and they made it so you can't earn residual commission. You just earn it the first time. So I'm like, why am I going to do this anymore? I can't actually.
Totally different structure.
Yeah. So I got a call from the CEO though saying, like, this is actually going to be a good thing for you. I'm like, yeah, no duh. I've been good at sales. This is a good thing for me. Like, it's not that bad. He also said, we've been watching what you're doing and how you've, like, set up your group and all of that. And we're going to start doing that over at Body, where you can run a group through our Mighty Networks and you can charge people to join it. So you can go do that over there now. Like, oh, so you've been watching me and seeing that I've been successful, and now you're going to model that and tell me that I should go do it for you instead of do it for myself? No, thank you.
When you weren't celebrated for doing that in the first place.
Exactly. I wasn't celebrated for doing that in the first place. I know so many people are mad at him. And do I think that the way that they announced it was right? No. Do I think that their affiliate program will be successful? No, not the way that they're doing it. I don't know if they have people that know much about affiliate marketing, but if their plan was to keep the network on as the people doing the affiliate marketing, like, they didn't do it in a way where that was possible. At the same time, though, they weren't just going to erase the network with, they potentially knew the fallout that everyone would leave. It's like, man, the network must have been doing really bad if you're okay with that.
And they also, I wonder how long they were planning it for. Like,
it's interesting because I actually said, you know what? I get it. I mean, I've seen the writing on the wall. I saw what was happening. Like, I saw the numbers that other people were bringing in. I saw that sales weren't happening. I saw that, no, you weren't getting very much new customer acquisition. Literally this last year, people that were rank advancing, I mean, from the outside, it looked like people were having so much success, but it was like, oh, this coach left, so I'm going to go recruit people from that team and have them join my team. It was literally recycling the same people. Like, it wasn't new people. And I'm like, if you want to have a successful network, you have to be bringing in new people. And it just got to the point where it was, now this person was on this team, now they're on this team, and they're bringing all their people with them. And I could see that. I even brought up on the top 10 trip, I told someone for corporate, like, I see people poaching entire teams. And they're like, well, just give us screenshots and we'll do something about it. Nothing ever happened. Now looking back, it's like, duh, because you knew that you were going to close the network. So it didn't matter. I mean, they don't just decide to close the network and do it a week later. And I even said, I was like, you know what? I don't blame you, because if it were my business, I probably would have done the same same thing. Like, I honestly would have, like,
because when it comes down to the bottom line, you have to, like, as a business, that's why that whole phrase of like, it's not personal, it's business, which I think is a kind of a weird thing to say, but it also is the way business has been for such a long time. And it's like, okay, well, we have to protect the profits.
Yes.
Right. And that's where that was the protection of the profit.
Exactly. And I mean, now it was a public company, so they had to make sure that the shareholders were happy and they were protecting the profits and doing all of that. And so I said, you know what? I don't blame you. I probably would have done it too. Like, I would have done it a year ago. And he's like, yeah, well, we've been thinking about this for a year. Literally in my mind, that second, again, speculation, this is just my feeling. It's like, oh, you knew this was going to happen a year ago. So this is my opinion. You make the comp plan changes to make the company look profitable in Q1 while still squeezing as much out of the network as you can, keeping them happy before you completely get rid of it. Oh yeah, it makes sense. I'm glad I listened to my intuition. And I have to say, and I didn't mention this before, hindsight is 2020, right? I know all of this now. While this was happening, I didn't know for a fact that the network was going to close. I didn't feel like I had a place to be able to warn people off of my own speculations and feelings. Because you might be thinking like, well, why didn't you tell your team? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you tell your customers? And I honestly didn't know. I didn't know if the network was going to go away, in the summer, in the fall, or ever. I had the same exact information as everyone else. And I figured everyone is able to make their own decisions. I don't want to influence anyone's decision. Clearly, I was taking a step back, and that was the decision I made based off of the information I had. It was very clear that I was starting to pivot and do other things. And that's because I had a feeling that this was all going to happen.
Gut checks aren't fact-based.
Yes.
That's okay to recognize that sometimes your gut is right, but you can't inform an entire group of people with just your gut.
Yes. And I didn't feel right about that because what if I was wrong and I was telling people, hey, you need to leave because of this, that, and the other, and I feel this way. It's like, well, what if that never happened? And again, I felt like nobody should be making their decisions based off of my actions. That didn't seem right to me. The week that they made the announcement, it was the wild, wild west because everyone started jumping ship and everyone was like, what's my next move? Naturally, people were upset because it's like losing a job. It's like you're getting fired. It sucks. And you have to figure out, I still have to provide for my family. What do I do next? And so it was very interesting. I feel like there was two groups of people, a group of people that just went to another MLM and brought their teams with them, which honestly,
you would never, but
no. Watching this from the outside and seeing people say I need to find a home for my team. My first reaction is why? They can't do it for themselves? You just want to bring your team with you so you can keep making money off of them. That being said, I do know there are some people that were genuinely I brought all these people in. I feel a sense of responsibility to make sure they're taken care of. So I see both sides of that, but I'm just
both can be true.
Yeah, two things can be true at the same time. And the other thing that I don't think outsiders knew is that head honchos of all these other network marketing companies, they offer compensation packages to top leaders to bring their team. You probably don't see this, but there are leaders that, they're making X amount of money for signing with this company that's guaranteed if they get their team to come over with them. I'm that does not feel right.
That's also pretty common knowledge in the network marketing industry now.
Well, yeah, all of that stuff. People were offered a lot of money. It's crazy. I think why that did not feel right to me. It's does your team know that you're getting paid to bring them all over here? I don't know. Before they give them the money, they make them sign an NDA.
Oh, I guess it does depend on the NDA. I did hear of some leaders that were really open and honest about it, but I'm sure it depends on the NDA you signed.
Yeah. So it's I saw all of that going on. I think that week, I really realized how toxic network marketing culture is. I literally was thank God I'm not a part of that anymore. I do not want to be involved. In fact, I'm this is my opportunity. This is a good thing. And I can silently just go out the back door. I'm probably not doing that with these YouTube videos that I'm making right now. But I'm this is my opportunity to get out. I never want to do network marketing again because that same culture of team building, all that is the same everywhere. And not only that, I signed up with Beachbody because I truly believed in it, because I got results with it. I can't just go sell another product to make money. I can't. And seeing people sign up for these companies that literally didn't even have products to sell, claiming that it's the best thing since sliced bread and bringing their whole team. I'm hello, did you not just see that you poured your heart and soul into building this and they took it away overnight and now you're going to go do it again over here. What? Honestly, it feels very predatory. Maybe it's not, again, my own opinion. It's like, I started to question, why are all of like the C-suite positions at the corporate level positions at these other network marketing companies, mostly older white men with a network of all women? That feels very weird. I don't want to go work for an old dude anymore. I want to work for myself. But then you also saw a group of people where you knew like they truly believed in this because they got results and it changed their life. And a lot of people were like, I can't just go sell something else. Like I still want to help people do this. That's kind of how I was. Like I still want to help people.
It's like, how could I still do that?
Yeah.
In a place of integrity.
You know how I previously had mentioned, it's like there were people that were focused on selling the business opportunity, people that were focused on selling the products.
It became real obvious. Like,
yes, very obvious who was in there to sell a business opportunity.
Let's be honest. I've heard you say this before. If they were in it for that side of the business, that's their way of doing it.
Yeah. I don't think it's bad. I mean, when you really look at it, it's kind of pyramid-y.
But if you do it with integrity, it's not bad. Like, yeah, we've talked at length about how it's like, as long as you have transparency.
Well, I think that's the thing is if you are doing it in a way where it's like you're building a team because you're getting results, you love the products, you help other people have that same positive experience, they naturally want to do it. It's fine. There's so much competition. Your compensation is based off of how big your team is. Like,
not to mention, it's really hard to start over in that model.
What are people going to do? They're going to cut corners wherever they can. They're going to play the game. That's what people were doing. They were playing the game to earn money. I think what I really realized from this whole experience was that, and someone actually gave me this analogy before, which at the time I was offended. I drank the Kool-Aid. I girl boss too close to the sun. But now I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect comparison where network marketing is the waitress job. It's not intended for most people to do forever. Some people are really successful out of it. They can make careers out of it, but there is so much turnover that never ends. And I felt like I was in a hamster wheel that I couldn't get out of. So this change for me was like, I finally could embrace everything that I wanted to do. When this was announced, it was just instantly, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do this with body confidence. I want to do this. I want to have a challenge. I want to do a community again. I couldn't have like a big community group because it was too close to my beach body thing and I didn't want to get in trouble. I'm like, I can finally do that. So that's why I created the Body Confidence Challenge. And if that's really for anyone that wants to do it, I have a weight loss program. I want to start doing events. I have so many ideas to create this community where women can focus on being the best version of themselves. And I feel like I have been told my whole life, not just with Beachbody, you're too much, you're too much, you're too aggressive, you're too loud, you talk too fast, you're too intense. I get that one a lot. I mean, I'm an Enneagram 8, so that's probably why I'm too intense. You're too good at sales. You're too good at social media that it's not duplicatable. And I finally am like, and maybe this is just me aging. I hear this happens in your 30s. I'm like, I'm tired of being told that I am too much. And I just want to own who I am. 2025 is my year to rebrand myself to be the best version of me. And I want to inspire other women to be the best version of them. I don't want them to be like me because they are not me. I truly believe God has given all of us so many unique gifts and talents. And what a freaking waste if you're just trying to be like other people. What a waste.
Amen. Thank you.
For me, body confidence is all about helping women be the best version of them. And rebrand yourself. Instead of too intense, maybe you're just passionate. Instead of too emotional, maybe you're just a really compassionate person. I really think that our weaknesses can be our strengths if we allow them to be and stop letting other people tell us that we are too much. And body confidence isn't just about weight loss. Like, yes, I launched it with just a weight loss program. I don't want it to be for everyone. I want this to be for women who actually want to support other women, who don't want to compare themselves to other people, who actually can go look at someone who's doing something completely different and say, good for you. Like, I'm proud of you for doing that and not feeling like you have to compare yourself because you're not doing it too. Like, I really want this to be a place for women to support each other, like true women empowerment, not just talking about like, yeah, we support each other, sisterhood. Like, I want this to be for real. And I really want to make sure my communities are monitored like tight because I cannot let the culture turn into the culture that I was in for the past 10 years. That will not happen. I think I'm really just taking the good things that I've learned, the good things that I've experienced, and transforming that into something bigger. And I truly feel like I have a bigger mission to help women. I feel like this is where I am supposed to be. I really do.